What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. We're here recording live from the mothership, and we truly are live this time, like the last two times. And we are here for a little season roundup. We're gonna take it light. I'm gonna take a look at how the season's gone. Essentially, I mean, I want you guys to give some input in how you think the season's gone as well. And we're basically gonna run through everything that is of any kind of importance. So FA Cup, we did just come off the back of a huge. That just looks good. That just looks good. The FA Cup right there. With the man. Player of the competition announced for the FA Cup now. Lucas Vazquez has won it now. Player of the season awards. Obviously, I'm recording this a little bit advanced, like I've said. So I haven't been able to see who you guys have voted for certain awards. FA Cup, I'm just going to let this slide. But as a whole, the awards I'm asking for are as a season whole. So he can have this. But like, I want you guys to decide. And I'm going to make my decision as well when I do the season awards. So there's going to be the fans player of the year. And there's going to be my player of the year. And then it's going to go like that for each award. But team of the week, I don't think that's of any real importance. I mean, that's for the final week of the season. Klein was outstanding in that game. Lamina also, Vazquez. Goalkeeper of the tournament for the Premier League, Kasper Schmeichel. Golden Boot winner is Eden Hazard. I mean, he kind of won it by quite some distance in the end. They ain't going to put up no text. Alright, that's fine. We're going to check it ourselves. Golden Boot winner, Eden Hazard 23, closest Firmino with 19, Sane 18, Aubameyang 16. Now that's an improvement. This is definitely an improvement. One of the problems I have with FIFA 18 was I felt like the best players really didn't perform. Like, it's still even a problem. I've seen it in some other people's career modes. Like, you'll go into a Serie A career mode and Ronaldo will have 7 goals all season. It's like, no, I want to see him with 40. Like, I want to see him with 40. They've made a little bit of improvement. It's still maybe not enough. Like, Aubameyang should probably have more goals. Like, Vardy, Harry Kane should have 30 goals. Like, but it's an improvement. At least the top players are there now. Like, last season, it would be someone like Sigurdsson, top scorer. Like, yeah, Lallana, top scorer. So they've improved that a little bit. You've got some more work to do. Our top scorer is Gabbiadini right there with 14 in the league. Not bad at all. Next top scorer is Redmond with 11, and then it's going to be Vazquez down here with 10. Good seasonal round for our front three. Highest assister in the league was Lucas Vazquez, followed by obviously Mesut Ozil and Gylfi Sigurdsson. Also, Højbjerg is up there as well in the top 5 with 10. Brilliant season for him. Lamina is there with 7. Anyone else from Southampton? Nah. Clean sheets. Kasper Schmeichel won that. Kepa Arrizabalaga. De Gea is up there. Pickford. Where is ours? Fraser Foster. Oh, that's not our Foster. Whose Foster is that? Where's our Fraser? Fraser Foster, 5. 14th is the highest. That's not really... It's not that good. But Gunn is up there with 4 as well. And he only started playing like the final 5 or 6 games, I would say. So Angus Gunn. Well, it says it right there, actually. 7 matches, 4 clean sheets. That's brilliant. Probably the best ratio... Yeah, best ratio on the table. Gunn has made a claim for that starting sheet. We don't really care about yellow cards and red cards. But now we've looked at come at this. Now we've looked at this. Let's look at the final Premier League table in a little bit of detail. League winners, Manchester City, which I find kind of crazy because Chelsea were leading that for the longest time. They must have capitulated, man. They must have crumbled. Really must have crumbled. Man City win it by 5 points clear. Goal difference as well. Oh no, that's goals away. Goal difference is goal difference. Chelsea just edged goal difference. Manchester United 3rd place. We finished in 4th. Arsenal 5th. Spurs 6th. Very close. Look how close that is between 3rd and say 7th. Very close. And then Leicester, Liverpool, and West Ham round off the top 10. Poor season for Liverpool. Very poor season in terms of where they finished, but again, they're not that far off of European football. Like, only 4 points off of us, and then a further 3 off of Manchester United. So, poor finishing position, but it could have gone to anyone on that final day, like I was saying. West Ham, obviously, 10th place. Good season for them. Very good season for Fulham in 11th. Bournemouth, Huddersfield, Brighton, and Wolves will probably be quite happy with where they finished. And then relegated, Cardiff City, who, I mean, they started picking up a few points towards the end, but they were nowhere near safety. They were just very poor. I think that's 2nd place in terms of worst Premier League season ever. I mean, Derby grabbed that easily. That season was horrible, but I think Derby had like 10 points, something like that. Cardiff, obviously not too far for that. Newcastle and Burnley join them. Burnley, that's interesting. Crystal Palace just surviving 2 points. And then Watford and Wolves not too far off. But all round, I mean, this whole area is kind of how you would expect it to be. Also, I would say the top 6 is how you would expect it to be, other than us, obviously. We've shaken it up. We've started shaking the table a little bit here. Literally shaking the table. I didn't mean the actual table when I said it. It's just a phrase. But that's how the table finished. I mean, going into the final day, it was tight. Let's just say that much. Let's go over here now. And let's look at my actual career and just look at some numbers. So far, one club, obviously one season. No league titles. The FA Cup, Domestic Cup 1. Biggest win, 8-2 against Crystal Palace. What a game that was. Biggest defeat, 4-0 against Manchester City. Record fee was 9 million. Who was Nathaniel Klein. Technically, I mean, we are considering the mini-series to be part of this series. So the biggest signing would be Vasquez. I think I paid like 34 million for him. Something like that. Total earnings, 2 million. I think that's wages they're taking into account. They ain't going to show me my biggest sale. Club record, 46 games played, 26 wins, 8 draws, 12 losses, 81 goals scored, and 50 goals conceded. Now, let me go back to the Premier League table and look at where I sit in terms of goals scored. Because we scored a whole lot of goals. We had portions where we were struggling to score, but we are almost the highest scoring team, just behind Manchester City. Have a lot of work to do defensively, because within the top 10, we are second in goals conceded. So we're second in goals scored, but we're second in goals conceded in the top 10 also. How many goals did we concede? 48. So yeah, we got some work to do defensively. I think once we signed Kama and Klein, and Hook came back from his injury, I think we were a lot more solid there. And also with Angus Gunn. So not going to rush to make any signings like that regarding defense, but we will see when the time comes. Now let's check out some of the other leagues and see how some of the bigger teams around the world fared. Now we saw Liverpool didn't have, this is what I'm looking for, teams that really didn't have such a great season. Liverpool didn't finish too well. Who is coming up? We know Cardiff, Newcastle and Burnley are going down. Stoke, Aston Villa and Leeds are coming up. No bounce back from West Brom, but there is bounce back from Stoke City. Oh no, sorry, we need to wait for the playoffs. So it could be Leeds or it could be Derby. I'm hoping for Derby County. I got ties with Derby in real life. That made me want to see them come up. So we'll check out. Can we check? Alright, we can't check the playoffs from here. Maybe we could do it from the other spot. Don't really care about League 1 or 2. League 1. Paris Saint-Germain ran away with it, of course. Tables as you would expect it, really. Very good season for Saint Etienne, but they've got a very good team. Bundesliga, Bayern, of course, didn't run away with it though. Bayern Leverkusen only 2 points off, and Dortmund a little bit more off. Gladbach getting back to it, having a good season. Getting back up there. Again, it's as you would expect for the most part from German League, Italian League. Juventus were beaten to it. See, this is what I'm saying. Ronaldo probably didn't score many goals. Like, probably didn't score nearly as many goals as you would expect. Interesting, because Juventus battered Napoli in terms of goals scored, and they beat them in goals conceded. But pipped to it by a point. That's crazy. Milan and Lazio complete the top 4. Inter down in 7th. This is kind of looking like how the table... I'm expecting the table to look at the end of the season based on how it started. Other than Juventus winning, I expect Juventus to win the league. Eredivisie, Ajax winning it as expected. No real shocks around there. Heracles having a pretty good season. Portuguese league, which no one really cares about. Porto finishing 4th by a distance. Wow, that's interesting. That is interesting. By a distance too. Benfica snatching it up. Let's check the Scottish League out. Celtic, of course. Rangers were closer than I expected, though. And again, looking as it would expect. I like that. Looking as you would expect it. most of the league. Barcelona beating Real Madrid to it by a single point. Very good season by Villarreal. They got a very good team on them. Valencia, also pretty good season. Kind of where you would expect them to be though. Real Betis, maybe a bit disappointing by how they strengthened their squad. And Sevilla, bit disappointing from Sevilla. Girona finishes 16th. Rayo Vallecano, unfortunately getting relegated. And again, Real Sociedad, I guess Real Sociedad, be happy with that. And that's about it for the major leagues that we want to check out. Don't care about China, don't care about Brazil. Some people might care about China. Let's take a look at China. Beijing Guan. Don't know anything about these teams. Don't care. So interesting. A lot very accurate to what you would expect. Also, okay, let's go through Squad Hub because we got something to talk about for some of these players. So, Angus Gunn. Let's take a look. We're going to take a look at a lot. So, in terms of growth, up by 4 for Angus Gunn. This is the only time we're going to get to go real depth in detail for the squad reports because I've said, like, I like the way it's all set up. Now it looks good, but, like, in terms of attributes, like, you have to scroll through. Like, it just takes a while to go through the squad reports in episodes. So, don't go through it in real detail. Like, I feel like this little box, it looks nice, but it could be bigger so that we could fit this and this on the same screen. We definitely could. But let's start. Angus Gunn, 75 overall. Now, Fraser Foster being our starting keeper is 76. So, I see no reason why Angus Gunn shouldn't be ahead of him next season, especially the way he's played. But with Areola coming in on a pre-contract, maybe, I don't know, maybe he'll come in January if the game is still bugged. I have no idea how strong this guy's going to be, what his overall is going to be. So if he's close to Angus Gunn, we might just start Angus Gunn. I'm going to do preseason next season most likely. Let me know what you think about that if you want to see preseason a couple games. I'm not going to do it all, but we'll be able to get a look at some of these players in preseason. Stats, 7 games played in the Premier League, 4 clean sheets, 15 games played total and 10 clean sheets. I mean, that's brilliant. That's brilliant ratio. 6 games in the FA Cup and 5 clean sheets, including the one in the FA Cup final. He was brilliant. Overall grown by 4 with the help of a little bit of training. As for attributes, again, I mean, not really that interesting. He's gone up in a lot of it, like reflex has gone up a lot, but a lot of that, again, we don't really care about that goalkeeping stats like that. It's so, for me at least, it's about just how they perform in game. Like, I don't really care about their stats. Jack Rose on loan, only grown by 1, and this, like I said, it's been a bit of a make or break. See, I mean, he's still young for a keeper, so we'll probably keep him around. Maybe loan him out again. Maybe train him a little bit next season. Fraser Foster, again, maybe I might think about letting Fraser Foster go next season. Maybe. Let me know what you guys think about that. He was hot and cold for us this season. He had a lot of situations where I feel like he could have done better with him. Also, none of his stats really gone up other than kicking, which is interesting. But Fraser Foster with Areola coming in and Gunn making the claim, and like I said, probably going to keep Jack Rose. Also have a keeper in my youth academy who I want to bring through. Fraser Foster might be surplus to requirements. Might be moving him on next season. Nathaniel Klein, brilliant for us since coming in, and he's grown, which I was surprised by. Wasn't expecting him to really grow anymore, but 81 overall for him. Very happy with the way he performed. Stats, 32 games played for us. Is that just for us or is that including Liverpool? Not too sure. Probably including Liverpool. Don't see how he played 27 Premier League games. It might be. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember when we did sign him at the beginning of the transfer window. But Klein, brilliant for us. Jan Valery, 6 games played, grown by 6. I still have faith in him. I mean, they don't really rate him in terms of potential, but I still do want to. If anything, the plan with signing Klein was to sign Klein as number 1, have Cedric as a backup until Valery comes through. But I'm not 100% sure whether Valery is going to make it as a first team player. That's one of the things I do like about not knowing potential, because we do get to, like, it makes it interesting. He might not be the player that we want him to be. We might need to sign somebody, or he might become the player we need him to be. We just need to kind of have faith, and I like that. But he's grown by 6. Tremendous growth for him. If he could do that again next season, he's already on his way. Like, he's already on his way to, I mean, at the age of 21, he'll be next season. He's already on his way, and I like that. Cedric, mixed season. I mean, he really started playing poor around the middle of the season, making a lot of mistakes. But I do like Cedric, and 78 overall. I'm not mad. Grown by 1. He was important for us. He played a lot of Premier League games, and he played well for a lot of them. I mean, he did make a lot of mistakes, but he also played well for a lot of games. Jan Benarek, I do want to bring him back next season, but we're gonna have to train him. We're definitely gonna have to train him. Can't see how much he played, but only grown by 1, and I was hoping he'd grow a lot more in this season. But Alfie Jones, 21, 64 overall. Let me know what you guys think about him. I'm not sure if he'll really make it. Maybe as a backup in the future, but we'll see how it goes for Alfie Jones. Probably a loan again for him. Maybe training. A lot of players to train on. Maya Yoshida really fell out of favor in terms of games played, especially once Hoot came back and we came in. But he was solid. He was very solid. I can't think of a single mistake Maya Yoshida made for us last season. But obviously, 30 years old, maybe he has to take a little bit of a backseat. Contract expiring next season, so interesting. Got to think about what we'll do with him. Jack Stevens, see only 6 games played, which is a little bit harsh because he wasn't bad when he played. Like, he kind of flew under the radar when he played. Wasn't spectacular, wasn't poor, but that's kind of what you want from a centre back. You don't want to know that they're there because you want them to just get on with their job and do it. But maybe we'll get a few more games next season. I'm not too sure about that because, like I said, players like Bayerek, Alfie Jones, I don't know, we'll see. And this guy as well, Ethan Ampadu, he didn't play too many games for us. How many games? Only 3 games played for us this season, sorry. I'm definitely hoping to make that more next season, make him step into more games, even in the Premier League. We will see. But next season is going to be his time. Grown by 5. Brilliant growth from the young man. 68 overall at 18 years old. I'm loving it. Look at his stat growth. Still not great stats. But like I say, he's growing well. So more training and he'll be where we want him to be. Ethan Ampadu. I don't know why I said his name like that. I've said his name right all the time. It's Ampadu. Ethan Ampadu. I say Ampadu. Yeah, he's definitely going to break in. This guy, Christoph Clara, he's 18. But his contract is running out. Let me know what we do about him. We might just renew his contract. Because, I mean, looking at him previously, I've not been, like, 63. But he is 18. However, the only thing is, like, I don't really think he'll ever get into this squad. Like, even though he is looking a little bit promising, I just generally don't think I'll ever use him. So I did have him transfer listed, but he hasn't played a single game now. Like, I don't think he'll play more once I do get more players in who more suited to me. Jonathan Mason, interesting that he hasn't grown since I brought him into starting lineup. One of the youth academy players, not too much to say about him. Wesley Hoot, brilliant for me since he came back from that early injury that he picked up. This is going to be a long episode. We might have to speed it up. Yeah, he was brilliant. Grown as well since coming back. I'm happy with that. Jan Vestergaard, oh boy, he made a lot of mistakes. I was not happy with him really at all, other than when he played with Kema. I'm not sure why, but when he played with Kema as centre back, we were a little bit more solid, but he still just made so many mistakes and just always a lot of goals were down to him. And I don't know, man. I'm not sure if I don't know what's going to happen with Vestergaard next season, but we'll see. Kema came in for us, played 16 matches, and was all round very well, very good. And it looks like he grew a little bit. He might grow for us next season. He might have some room to grow, which is good. Ryan Bertrand, not much to say about him. Fantastic, ever present, 39 games, 36 in the Premier League. Brilliant, no growth, but I'm not really bothered about that. Captain Marvel for us, brilliant. Sam McQueen, 24, 68. I'm not too sure about him. He's grown well, but is it enough? I'm not too sure. Same goes for Matt Target. Only 73 overall at 23 years old. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure about Matt Target. Only 7 games played for me this season. I thought he played a lot more than that. Maybe that's why he hasn't grown so much. But again, you'll have to wait and see next season what happens with Matt Target. Areo Romeu. How many games did he play? 28 Premier League fixtures, 34 total. Brilliant, under the radar. one of my favorite players to use this season so far. He's kind of like the Michael Carrick, the Darren Fletcher. Brilliant. Harrison Reed. I actually liked playing with Harrison Reed a lot more than I expected. 11 games played, a lot more than I expected to play him. We might train him up a little bit more next season to be kind of a backup player. I really liked Harrison Reed. Nathan Redmond, brilliant season for us. One of the main contenders for player of the season for us. 33 games, 11 goals. 37 games, 12 goals all round. Grew by 2 and was just generally brilliant. He scored some very important goals for us as well. Brilliant season for Nathan Redmond. Niels Olsen, another one of these youth players. We're not going to focus on him too much. Hasn't played any games, but he's growing, and that's what we want him to do. James Ward-Prowse, also 23 games played for us. I was very happy with James Ward-Prowse. Only grown by 1. I expected a little bit more growth out of him, but again, next season I expect him to grow some more as well. I did train James Ward-Prowse a little bit as well, which is interesting. Maybe not the best potential. Jake Flanagan, I think his contract runs out this season. Yeah, it runs out as well, so we're gonna let him move on. We've really been trying to get him out of the club for a while, if I'm honest, so he'll be moving on. Ollie Clark, another youth prospect, another young English talent who you guys will be seeing maybe in pre-season next year. And Bill Højbjerg, brilliant for us again all season round. 7.7 overall rating, which is higher than Nathan Redmond, and he deserves it. He was outstanding for us this season, worth 13 million, 23 years old. He's grown well also with the help of some training. Brilliant. Outstanding for us all season long. What was Romeu's overall rating? 7.4. So highest for Højbjerg right now. Lemina tied with him for 7.7. 39 games played. 34 joint. Same with Højbjerg. 34 in the Premier League. Growth by 1. I still expect him to grow. He's grown really well. I don't think I trained Lemina either. So he's grown really well. Jordy Classy. Don't know what we're going to do with him when he returns. I do love Jordy Classy, you guys know. Another young English talent. Oliver Hall. Just doing his thing. Growing on the sidelines. Ademola Lookman only played a few games for us. His loan does expire. I'm not sure. He was alright. We'll see what we do if we go back in maybe another loan next season. With Champions League football, we definitely need to strengthen depth. So we'll think about it. Grew by 1, but he's not our player right now, so that's not an issue. Josh Sims is a player I do want to give more football to, but only 2 games all season long. Again, he's kind of in the same boat as who was it? In the same boat as Stephens. Or yeah, same boat as Stephens. I kind of imparted as well. Didn't play as much as I kind of expected him to. But I do kind of want to get him more football. Because, yeah, I mean... No, it wasn't. Who was it? He's in the same... That's not who I was going to put him in the same boat as. Jan Valery. Is it? I'm so confused right now. Oh no, it's Clara, yeah, same boat, because he's higher rated than I kind of ever realized he was for his age. Like, he is only 21, Josh Sims. Whereas I kind of thought he was, oh, he's 22 now. I kind of thought he was 23, 24. So 69 overall is not terrible, like, especially like he doesn't necessarily need to be a star player in the future. We could just train him up to be a backup in the future. So that's that. El Unisi was really good for us when he did play 16 games only. I felt like he played more games. 16 games, 5 goals. He was really good when he came on. 80 overall. Grown relatively well, I guess. Definitely a part of my plans moving forward. Jaden Vermeulen, another young player from... Damn, I didn't realize his overall was so low. 49. Lord Jesus, he needs some training. He needs help. Stats ain't good at all. I did not realize that when I called him up. Miguel Almiron had a relatively slow start to his career as a Saint, but definitely impressed in the second half of the season. He was brilliant for us. Grown by 2 also, our second highest rated player, I believe, behind Lucas Vasquez. Good growth for him. I don't really think I even touched him with training either. Stuart Armstrong, don't believe he played 1 game for us all season. Yeah. As for Stuart Armstrong, maybe he gets more games next season with Champions League football, but I don't know. I don't really know why either. I I don't know. He was just not one of the first options or even second options. Jens Moller, another young talent. No need to look at him really. Jake Hesketh didn't really play for Wolves. Honestly, I thought he was going to go out and get some game time. Didn't really play. I did really like Jake Hesketh when he was on the field for us. So maybe more game time for Jake Hesketh. Unless we could find the right loan for him and make him come back 24, a bit more seasoned. Again, 69 overall, not the worst. Maybe he could play a bit part role for us. Lucas Vasquez, another one with Højbjerg, Lamina, Oriol Romeu, and Redmond. Contender for player of the season. He was brilliant. 7.8, so he is topping the overall best ratings for us this season. Got an 8 in the FA Cup. He was brilliant. Brilliant. 16 assists all season, 12 goals. Ever present in the Premier League with 38 appearances. Hasn't grown for us at all, but I'm fine with that. It is what it is. Obafemi, now this is what we need to talk about. Obafemi, 18 years old, 64 overall. Another player who generally I just don't think he'll ever break into the squad for me. Although I was thinking about training him up to sell, but look at what I did with his wages. I made a huge mistake. I was meant to give him 2,000 a week, and I accidentally gave him 2 million. I gave him 2 million. All of my transfer budget was gone. I fucked up. So now, really, I have no choice but to sell him. I have to sell him, and I think we've actually agreed a deal. Yeah, he's going to join a new team when the transfer window opens, because that would just drain my funds, him being on 2 million. I found it really, like, I couldn't release him because I couldn't afford to pay that relief with them wages. And also teams couldn't really afford to pay him. And I don't know how this team does. We must have taken a huge pay cut. But yeah, I fucked up. But really and truthfully, I don't really think he'd ever break in. Especially because I have someone like Ronnie. I always call him Ronnie for some reason. I don't know why. But Ryan Brewster, 1967 overall. He is the future of the team. Hopefully, only played 1 game for us since joining. But you know that will rise. Free growth in attributes with the help of training again. 1 for the future. Manolo Gabbiadini, another shout for our player of the season. 39 games played, 16 goals total, 4 assists, 7.4 rating. He had some times, there were some games where he kind of went missing, which is the only thing I have against him, but overall he was brilliant for us. Gabbiadini led the line, really staked the claim for that position being his. Grew by 1 also, hopefully there's some room for some more growth. Shane Long, 32 overall, didn't really play as much as I expected him to, only 2 games this season. I really was expecting to use Shane Long a lot more this season, but it just didn't happen. Decreasing in attributes, not sure what will happen with him. We've got, again, Champions League football. We're going to need that depth, so maybe he plays more games for us next season. We'll just have to wait and see. Danny Ings played 8 games, 2 goals. Don't think I'm going to be bringing him back next season because generally, like I've said, striking is our strongest position. And we do have Carrillo returning from his loan, who I'm going to give him a chance. Preseason, we'll give him a chance and we'll see how he plays. We'll see how it goes. But again, I don't really know too much about him. He's grown a little bit in terms of individual attributes. But yeah, I don't think we need Danny Ings because of that reason. He's returning. We still have Charlie Austin. We have Gallagher coming back. We have Gabbiadini, Brewster. We don't need Danny Ings. He played decent, but he didn't do enough for us to need him. Granted, he only played 8 games. Sam Gallagher, grown by 3. And we're going to keep him around next season. Maybe loan him out. Sofiane Boufal, again, don't know what I'm going to do with this. We might keep him around. Again, Champions League football. We'll need that depth. So Sofiane Boufal, we'll see what happens. We'll see. But that's it for this season. We didn't really look at Charlie Austin. 25 games played, 8 goals scored. Very happy with Charlie Austin. Did a job for me when he needed to come in. 29 years of age now, and we're probably going to keep him around. No decrease, no increase. So that is it for season 1 of the Southampton career mode. This is honestly one of my favorite series that I've done already. Only 1 season in. This has so much potential to be my favorite series of all time. Right now, it's probably the Leicester series that I've done in FIFA 16. Was it 16? think it was 16. And very close with the West Brom one in 17. Love both of them, but this one, yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving the interaction from you guys. Keep it up, please, man. It just makes me love this series so much more. But that's it. 30 minutes on this video. I hope this wasn't too long. I hope you guys enjoyed it while all them 30 minutes. But we are out for now, guys. Peace.